computer. There we go. Oh, good morning, everybody. And it's nice to see some faces that I haven't seen for a while. So hello Hilary and hello Julie, who I haven't seen for a while, and Lou, who I know loves to come to yoga but is often busy with her work. But it's so lovely to have you guys here, and welcome Helen as well, and welcome everybody that I've already spoken to. So our Sunday Soul Circle, we've been doing it now for several months actually, and it's really lovely to see how it's been a container, supportive circle of people, of souls coming together to actually create change within themselves in order to be the change that we all so desperately feel and know and want to see in the world. And last night I was reading something really beautiful, and she was talking about being the change you want to see. Now, where is it? What would you like? What would this world look like? What would people's faces look like? Would they be smiling? What would nature look like? How would it feel to live in a world that embraced and expressed all of these qualities? What would you feel like on an emotional level in this world? So what she's referring to here is talking about the importance of diving into your own spiritual light so that you can shine that light out into the world. And then she goes on to say, we are body, mind, and spirit, soul. And when we intentionally peel away the body and the mind, including all our past experiences and wounds of this life, this may allow us to experience ourselves as original face, as pure divine spiritual light. The more we take time to move beyond the body, to move beyond everything we've experienced, to move beyond what we expect things to be like, to move beyond control, and instead move deeper inwards into our spiritual selves, into our everlasting selves. The more we take time in that space, the more we're able to shine that light in the world and create an energetic shift. And I read this at the start of our circle today because in my heart, one of the reasons I wanted to offer this space for us to come together is to actually share energy, albeit at a distance, but the energetic world doesn't work like that anyway. For us to share energy so that we can come into our divine selves on a regular basis, and so that we can use that emerging sense of spiritual connection to actually actively support one another and allow that to spill out into the world. So I'd like you to bring your hands to your heart before we start today and close your eyes. First of all, feel your bottom on the floor. Send your light of awareness to where your bottom connects to the floor. And then draw that light up through your heart to rest where your hands are. So that you feel the warmth of your hands on your body. Stay at this point. And feel yourself in this portal area, in the heart area. For the energy sensitive, you'll probably feel feel a slightly different energy around this point in your body. If you're in your head, imagine your consciousness just dropping down. I always imagine it like if you had something in a muslin cloth, a liquid in a muslin cloth, and it just sinks down and pools in the heart area instead. So actively shift your focus from your brain and your thinking into your heart space. And stay there as you breathe. So first of all, we come into our own essence, the essence of our heart. And now imagine us group of women sat in a circle with a complete contained energy field together. Right, my husband's just come in and said he needs the car keys. Take a moment just to stay in your heart field, and I will be right back. I'm back. I am so sorry. Hopefully you've taken that time to be with yourself. But let's come back to the circle, because that's what this group is about. It's coming together. It's actively using this space of divine connection, inner alignment, and shared energy to set an intention to come into our own spiritual selves, but for the greater good, as well as for our personal good. So remember, we're all connected. So when we do the work for others as well, because we reflect it out into the world. So take a moment to let a smile come across your face. And imagine your soul sisters sat in the circle together, like we would have done in the ancient times. And from the edges of your body, from your outer arms, let that feeling of energetic connection spill over. From your heart out, let that feeling spill over. And bring your hands so the palms are facing up, elbows bent. They can rest on the knees. Feel whatever there is in you to feel right now. The hands are an extension of the heart. So the heart space spills down into your open hands as we sit in circle, setting a deliberate intention to come into contact with our own divine nature today. And to cultivate within ourselves what we wish there was more of in the world. You choose, my friends. My sisters, what is it you need to dedicate yourself to today? Is it coming into light, into contact with your own divine light, embodying that, embracing that? Is it offering this circle, this practice to Mother Nature, who needs so much help right now? Or to the people struggling on this planet who are so disconnected and don't know what they're missing? once you've set your intention. Bring your hands into prayer at your heart and bow your head. Gorgeous. And then come over onto all fours. We're going to start on all fours today. And I urge you to take some time for yourself to come into your body in a way that feels really nourishing. In a way that you just really enjoy being in your body. Notice your breath as you move. Notice any feelings of stuckness or heaviness, whether that's in your heart, a heaviness in your heart, a heaviness in your body. But start to let your body wake up today. The way that I teach and practice movement is about coming into communion with ourselves as we are. It's about honouring the divine as it shows up within our flesh. And that takes a certain quality of attitude. It means being gentle with ourselves. Even as we sweat, even as we push for strength. It means having an attitude of gentleness. Let yourself roll, circle, breathe. Let all of the fascia, that's the connective tissue, let it start to gently loosen this morning. And take a few more breaths. Every sensation awakening you. Because the one who feels the sensation is the divine light. Is the pure essence. When you're ready, coming up into your downward facing dog, if you're doing that this morning. And rocking the hips from side to side. We're going to keep today's movement flowing and slow and deliberate. Step the feet as wide as the mat and rock the heels and the hips from side to side. Breathe deeply right into the back of your lungs. Extend the tailbone up towards the sky. Press the hands down and forwards. Let your consciousness dance between the fingertips and the heels and everywhere in between. And now walk the hands to the back of the mat. Bend the knees and jive bop the hips. Start to get some movement in there, some juice. I've got to be honest, my thighs, inner thighs are absolutely killing me because I did quite a strong personal practice the other day. Woo! And I was walking around like an old woman that couldn't walk yesterday. But the purpose of this movement is to honour our vessel, honour the physical side of who we are. So sway the hips. Bend alternate knees, press into the heels, letting the backs of the calves open. Beautiful. Walk it back, downward facing dog. Step the feet together this time. And come up high on the balls of the feet. Then press down the heels as far as you can. Find your rhythm. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, press them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. And press. Beautiful, guys. Walk the hands back again. Forward fold. Keep the legs straight this time. If you need to bend the knees at all to just protect the lower back and the hamstrings, that's obviously totally cool. Remember, it's your body. You know it best. Don't let anybody tell you how it should or shouldn't look or feel. Let the upper body cascade towards the floor. Maybe gently wriggle the neck. Beautiful. And then bend the knees. Keeping the fingertips on the floor. Sit your butt down as far as you can. Press into the heels. Lift the toes, just for fun. And then lift the hands from the floor. Keep the knees bent. Hands into prayer. As the legs start to ache, feel that fire as awareness. Find the steadiness underneath the sensation. Use the breath. And then slowly straighten the legs, come all the way to stand, hands in prayer at the back of your mat. Close your eyes. Steady your breath. We are body, mind, and spirit, soul. We simply have to find and connect with our own spiritual light so that we may shine that light into the world. As you stand at the back of the mat, feel the warmth of the hands in prayer and allow yourself to find that spiritual light. It's not necessarily going to be a light that you see. For me, it's a sense of expansive stillness. It's a paradox. It's below the fluctuations of the mind. Now inhale the arms to the sky. Keep looking up. Take the hands wide. And then exhale. Arms to the side, fold forwards. Bend the knees, inhale, arms to the sky. Arms wide, exhale, fold forwards. Straighten the legs. I want you to go at that at your own pace. Don't worry about when you're inhaling and exhaling. Drop into the movement. Drop into any sensation. Just do your own thing anyway. That's the important part. The important part is to find a flow and go deeper into that. And it can have the sense of a dance with life. You know, you can feel, it doesn't have to be really static. I want you to develop a feeling of flow in your body. As dramatic or as restrained as you like. As quick or as slow as you like. Finding that inner spiritual light. One more. Finish with the arms to the sky. And then hands back in prayer at the heart. Close the eyes. What does it feel like to you when you find and rest in that stillness? Take the arms down by the sides, palms facing forwards. And take 5 steady breaths. The exhales longer than the inhales. And when you've done your 5, reach the arms to the sky again. Don't worry if you have done more than 5. Don't worry if you haven't quite got to 5 yet. Numbers are just arbitrary to give us a reference point. They're not obligatory, and we all get to do our own thing at our own pace. Reach to the sky. Bring the hands into prayer. Exhale to draw the light of your energy back to the heart as you draw the hands back in prayer at the heart space. Bow your head. Folding forwards. Bring the hands to the backs of the legs. Bend the knees if you desire or need. Inhale. Lengthen the spine parallel to the floor. Draw your hands right up to your bottom. Exhale, fold down again. Draw the hands down to the heels or thereabouts. Keep going like that. Breathing in to lift, stroking the backs of the legs. Breathing out to fold. Coming into contact with your beautiful body. Giving it the love it craves and deserves. Good. Last one. From your forward fold, walking the hands all the way out back into downward dog. In downward dog, step the feet together so big toes touch. And lift the right leg all the way up to the sky. Hold that shape as you breathe. Squeeze the thighs towards one another, towards the central line. Keep going, one more breath here. Now step right foot to the outside of the right hand. And gently rock forwards and backwards. Body opening, mind slowing. I think there's so much value in a physical movement practice because it does provide an anchor for us to slow down, to go into the stillness. Lower the back knee now. You can stay here. Some of you will want to bring the forearms down onto the floor. Oh, that feels so good. My inner thigh is so stiff, and that is just the nicest stretch. But it might not feel like that for you. It could feel quite intense. And sometimes holding these shapes is actually harder than when I get you in the strong stuff. We simply have to find and connect with our own spiritual light so that we may shine that light into the world. We are body, mind, and spirit soul. And when we intentionally peel away the body and the mind, including all our past experiences and wounds of this life, this may also allow us to experience ourselves as original face, as pure, divine, spiritual light. Take the hands to the floor. Now let's see if we can do this. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Hop the left foot forward. So the left foot is on the outside of the left hand, legs are wide. And then bend the knees. So you're coming into a squat. If, like me, your heels don't come to the floor, don't worry. If they do, good for you. But bring the hands into prayer. Notice the difference between the right thigh and the left thigh right now. The right thigh having had quite a lot of slow opening and the left thigh not had that. Gorgeous. Stay in the shape. Let your hips descend. Let your chest lift and breathe. Nowhere to be and nothing to do. Playing in the spiritual waters to come closer to that divine self. Now bring the hands to the floor and slowly start to straighten the legs. Heel toe the feet in together again. Bring the fingertips either side of the toes and shift your weight onto your left leg. Reach your right leg all the way back. Come back, downward facing dog. Toes together, big toes touching. Lift the left leg even up towards the sky and hold. And breathe. Stay with it. Good. Keep going, my friends. Keep going. Doesn't matter if you're shaking, sweating, any of those things. Now bring left foot to the outside of left hand. Keep the back knee lifted and gently rock back and forwards in a modification of lizard pose. Enjoy any sensation that you feel. Be open to it all. Occasionally pockets of emotion get released when we're doing poses. That's fine too. And now lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Remember, you can stay on the fingertips or you can come down onto the forearms. The choice is yours. Oh, not so flexible on this side for me. Still feels bloody amazing. Can't lie. The breath is the gateway inside. So let it draw you back into the heart as you hold the shape. Keep coming back to the heart with the breath. You might start to feel different layers of the physical body softening. Move to that edge of softness and allow it to release. Gorgeous, guys. Come up onto the hands. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. And when you're ready, hop that right foot forward with a wide-legged forward fold. So the feet are probably as wide as the mat, folding down. And just rock the hips from side to side, easing out any tension, sensation, diving into that sensation. One of the things that I believe movement practices like yoga teach us is how to sit with discomfort in our bodies so that we can do the work of healing any wounds, not physical wounds. I'm talking about if we can't tolerate uncomfortable sensation in our body, we can't do the inner work to get in touch with our spiritual self. Because what we do is we numb the pain. We numb the body's response. Bend the knees, come into a squat, and I'm just going to come and face you guys. You may be able to have the knees, elbows on the inside of the knees, or you may like to actually lift the spine, lift the chest, so that the hands are at the heart and the spine is very tall. I'm going to take that variation because I just fancy it, basically. I just want to. All right, that's why. I fancy it. If you can, try and close your eyes here. And as you rest in the stillness of your heart, notice what your body's doing. Mine's readjusting, it's moving to stay still. And having my eyes closed, I'm much more aware of that. But my breath is steady. Let your breath be steady. Let it be an anchor. Beautiful, guys. Straighten the legs, bring the hands to the floor. Heel toe the feet back together. Inhale to lift the chest and the heart. And take the arms wide. So arms are shoulder height, palms facing down, spine parallel to the ground. Really pull navel, so belly button to spine to engage the belly. Gorgeous. Bend the knees and straighten the knees. Bend the knees, straighten the knees. Keep the neck long, the back of the neck. Bend and straighten. Beautiful. Now bend the knees, scoop the arms up, palms facing, arms up towards the sky. And hold. Hold and breathe. Bring palms into the hands into the heart in prayer. Twist left elbow towards right knee. And then open the arms wide. Come back to center, hands in prayer. Twist to the left, arms wide. Back to center. Twist to the right, arms wide. Back to center. Twist to the left, arms wide. One more each side. Woo! hands in prayer. Slightly bend the knees to inhale, come all the way to stand, keeping the hands in prayer. Deepen the breath and close the eyes. Come back to your heart. Come back to your heart. If you've dedicated this practice to wanting the world to change, take this moment of stillness to imagine how you'd like it to look. And let that energy pour from your heart out into the world. Bring the palms down, the arms down. Inhale, arms to the sky, look up. Exhale to fall forward. Step right foot all the way back. Step left foot all the way back, plank pose. Maybe rocking back and forward in your plank. I always think that feels really good. And then coming down on the knees, lowering all the way to the floor on your belly. Now, bring left forearm parallel to the front edge of your mat in front of you. Bend the right knee, reach back, take hold of the top of the right foot and squeeze the heel into the bottom. Press that right thigh down into the floor. You can rest the head on the floor, or you can keep it lifted, totally up to you. Couple more breaths here. Oh yeah. And release that right leg, switch sides. So right arm comes onto the mat. Forearm parallel to the front of the mat. Left hand reaches back. Left knee bends. Take hold of the top of the left foot. Press the left thigh down into the floor. Keep going. And then release that left leg. Bring left arm on top of right arm. Take the feet really nice and wide. And either bring your forehead onto your arms or bring your cheek onto your arms and just rest. Feel the way your body expands as you breathe. If you're facing one direction with your face, look the other way. So switch directions. And then roll over onto your back. I did that so ungracefully. Roll over onto your back. See if you can be a little bit more graceful than me. Bring the soles of the feet to touch and the hands back onto the heart. Knees bent. So we're in Supta Baddha Kanasana, reclined cobbler's pose. And I want you just to let yourself settle here. Notice your breath. Without it becoming effortful, can you allow it to slow down? Our breath is such a good indicator of what's going on in our inner world. Sometimes we hold the breath. Sometimes we're breathing really fast, full of excitement. When we're in a deep sleep, we're breathing slowly. So slow and deepen the breath. If you're gripping anywhere with your muscles, on your next exhale, allow those muscles to soften so they're not holding on anymore. You can move your hands if you wish. You can have them on your belly. You can have them out to the sides. You can even have them gently overhead, which I always think feels really good. And imagine each of us in this circle. For the last 45 minutes, we've deliberately cultivated slow and steady awareness and intention. An experience shared, although it's different for each of us. An opportunity to slow down and come into contact with our inner light. Bring your hands to your outer knees and gently draw the knees back together. Wriggle the feet as wide as your mat and let the knees kiss. Hands rest wherever they find comfort. And then when you're ready, come down and find your Shavasana. Know that you can take anything you need to make that Shavasana more comfortable. Be aware of the breath. Allow it to slow down. Feel yourself sinking into the floor. Feel the body spreading across the mat. The shoulders widen. The buttocks spreading. The whole back widening at the same time, the body lengthening. Allow the earth to support the body. Be aware of a rainbow light, an arc of colour, a spectrum of colour across the centre of your body. See the colours clear and bright. And walk into one of those colours that most appeal to you at this moment in time. Be aware that you are responding to this colour. This colour has a vibration of healing energy, and allow this healing to take place whilst you relax. I'll say that again. This colour has a vibration of healing energy. Allow this healing to take place whilst you relax. imagine breathing into the soles of the feet. I relax my feet. Say it to yourself. I relax my feet. Now breathe into the calves and say to yourself, I relax my calves. And now breathe into the thighs. I relax my thighs. Breathe into the hip joints. I relax my hip joints. Breathe into the belly. I relax my belly. Breathe into the abdomen. I relax my abdomen. Breathe into the chest and open it out. Feel the expansion in the chest, the release. Feel the freedom in the chest center. Allow the body to breathe. Breathe into the throat. Allow the throat to relax. And say, I relax my throat. Breathe into the crown of the head. I relax the crown of my head. Breathe into the base of the spine. I relax the base of my spine. Breathe into the shoulders. I relax my shoulders. Breathe into the arms. I relax my arms. Breathe into the hands. I relax my hands. Relax and let go of the face, the forehead, the temples, the cheeks, the chin, the jaw, the ears, the mouth. Relax the eyes in pools of darkness. The eyelids become heavy with relaxation. And now the entire body is relaxed. Say to yourself from this place of deep relaxation, I am the divine spiritual light. I am the divine spiritual light. Continue to say it. And when it feels like time, let that knowing go. Allow yourself to stop saying it and instead feel it. Feel any sensation that arises in the body as you awaken to your divine light. spiritual light. I am the divine spiritual light. I am the divine spiritual light. As you lie in the stillness, know that it's the stillness at the center of who you are. The stillness that hears the universe speak in intuition, gut feelings, heart wisdom, knowing. That it's this state of peace that we all instinctively know is ours, and yet can be difficult to find because of the way we would live our modern lives. Either staying where you are or coming up to sit. Wherever you are, remaining content with your own silence. Noticing anything that comes up within that silence. To do our inner work, we must begin to explore what is actually being birthed from within us, as well as what is being manifested into our outer world through our dreaming. And she doesn't mean dreaming like when we're asleep, she means when we're not conscious of our thoughts and we're manifesting from that place. In this respect, we need to learn how to transform our problematic thoughts and attitudes. We must also work with our thoughts and our emotions so that manifesting those thought forms and emotional fields truly reflects the world in which we want to live. In essence, we all need to dream that world that we want into being. And every time you step on the mat, you embody your spiritual divine light. Every time you sit in stillness, every time you get out in nature, you are contributing to dreaming that world into being. So together today, we close the circle, and I just want to say an almighty thank you, ladies, for being here, for sharing this space, for helping to do our part to create a better world. And the more time we can spend in the purity of our own beings, the more time we bring that out into the world. Happy Sunday, happy circle. Thank you for being here. All my love. Namaste. Don't forget, I'm just going to stop the recording and